Good morning, and welcome back to another episode of Solely Voids, our free-to-play series where we use only Void champions. And it's a pretty exciting day, and you know why. It's a 2x Voids. And you can see I have 0 Void shards. So let's go ahead and see what we were able to get. Everybody's favorite day. 2x Voids, particularly on this account, given we really can only use Void champions. Alright, it's the biggest Void session that we've had. Okay, probably by quite a bit now. I think we've had a bigger summon session in general, pulling some other Voids. But this, as far as just regular Void champions, it's about as big as it gets. So we're really hoping to be able to push into some faction wars. So we know what we're looking for. We are looking for orcs big time. We're lagging extremely bad in there. Could really use an epic, even some of the less good ones. Undead Horde, I think we're doing okay, but there's only one other epic. Ooh. Yeah, so we have a Doom Screen. I mean, we have these three. These three should be able to carry me. That Kafru would be kind of cool, though. Shadowkin, there's just not a whole lot there for us either, so really Genbo would be welcome, just from extra AoE damage. Yeah, but realistically, as long as it's a new champion, we're gonna be welcoming to it. So let's just dive into it. Let's just start it with the little 10 pop right off the rip, okay? All right, and then we got 19 more shards after this, so hopefully. Okay, Ursula's good. Oh my gosh, we're popping. Oh my lord, folks. That's a lot of epics right in a row. That's gonna be a lot of points too. Okay. Heck of a start. Okay, Fellhound is actually huge because our campaign farming kind of sucks right now. Is this guy gonna work? Okay. Ursula is a fantastic champion. Strengthen and increase defense with a decreased attack. And an increased attack. She brings a ton with the Doom Tower aura. Sky Touch Shaman will help out the Barbs. He's an Ogren. I don't even know what he does. Okay. One enemy, a decreased speed, and a chance of a stun. It looks like it goes to 45%. AoE, 50, 60, 75% chance of provoke, and then a big increased defense on this champion. That should just be 100, whatever. And then a strengthen and continuous heal on all champions. That is pretty welcome. And then receives less damage from enemies under provoke, and then has a 25% chance of counterattacking whenever an enemy under a provoke debuff attacks this champion. Okay. Yeah, he should really help that crypt out, actually. Okay, Sky Touched attacks all enemies, heals by 15% of the damage inflicted. If this champion has less than 50% HP, boosts this champion's turn meter by 20% if it's higher. Okay, that's good. Ooh, it's down to 4. If we could have we need one down to 3. Still fine, though, because we desperately need a cleanse plus block debuffs. So this would be good. So we might... Okay, she does have debuffs here. Is this a passive? It is. Okay, damages this champion by 10% of their max HP at the start of each turn. Heals all allies except for this champion, equal to half of this champion's current lost HP. Places a 30% decreased speed debuff on this champion for one turn at the start of each turn. Also has a 50% chance of placing a fear on this champion. Wow, what a weird passive. Okay. These two are very nice, though. I think she's gonna get put to some serious use. We might throw her in some resist. And then obviously we know Broadmaw. Okay. Let's single pop some of these. Okay. More epics, more fun. Okay, we already have a number of her. Okay. She was the fusion epic in the last time there was a fusion epic. As far as rares, we're still searching for a bellower. So that would be more than welcome. We We don't need Terexes. We have a million Terexes. Uh-oh. What's happening? Loading up a legendary. What else could it be? No. Okay. Got a gear grinder. Legendary would be sweet. But we're still looking for orcs. We're still looking for just things to help us in faction crypts that aren't solved already. I don't know how good the Stitch Beast is. I saw we got one of them earlier. Decreases the turn meter by 100%. That's not totally unwelcome. Okay, have a dagger. Alright, in a little bit of a slump here. Let's pull ourselves out of it. Really like Terexes. We probably have 12 Terexes at this point. Okay, big deficit here. Started out on an absolute heater. Okay, come on, guys. Don't let me down here. Give me that gold. I don't think I have this guy. By 30%. Places a shield on this champion for 2 turns. And then an ally protection, that's a small one on all allies except for this one for 3 turns. It's actually not. It could be worse. Probably has some faction war use. That faction crypt is just going to be super tanky with no damage. Oh, we are in the hole right now. You're going to have to bail me out with a little luck. I don't know what the count is, but we're pushing like 10 in a row without a epic now. Come on, give me something good. Okay. What the heck is going on? All right, back it out. Whew. Come on. 5 shards and a dream. Let's go. Give me something better than whatever that last little spurt was. Okay, this is not what I had in mind. We got like 4 epics in a row. And then it's really been weak after that. Yikes. Oh, man. Come on. Bail me out with one good one here. Okay. Harken Greatblade. I know nothing about this champion. Another Barb. So it's going to be a 2-hitter if it's critical. We can obviously know how to make that happen. Attacks one enemy, has a 75% chance of placing the weakened. It does book to 100. And then attacks one enemy and applies a debuff spread. Taking 2 random debuffs from the target and placing them on all enemies. Also extends the duration of those by 2 turns. Will not extend the duration of the initial debuffs. I don't think she's particularly good. Alright. Let's see what we get here. Nothing. Boom. Alright, not a bad session. Man, we just can't get an orc. Just can't get an orc. Let's take a peek and see where we're at with all of these. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of about 30. So that's about a 20% rate. So I think that's roughly what you're getting on double chances. Whoops. Where are we at? I'm lacking a void shard, thank you. What is double chances? Yeah. So, I suppose that little downturn there is just us going back to the norm. But once you start out that hot, you know. So looking at this, I mean, I'm really hyped about Ursula. I'm really hyped about Prundar. Sky Touch will get in there at some point. Rest are kind of eh. Unfortunately, it's not quite what we needed, but still, more toys to play with. Okay, all in all, it's a pretty solid session. I find it baffling, absolutely baffling, that we still are searching for a Bellower. I think I've hit, man, I'm willing to bet I've gotten every Void Rare but a Bellower. And a Bellower would be particularly good just on this account, just in general, given that we can only use Void champions. Man, I might have gotten every rare, Void Rare but him. The last one. Saving the best for last, I suppose. Okay, overall, what do we got? I think getting a Prundar and I think getting a Ursula is going to be really good. Ursula's probably going to help us out in a lot of different spots. The only downside after kind of considering my use for her, though, is, man, I've got a lot of revivers, and they're, like, my absolute best champions. Like, between Arbiter and Lady Noelle. And then, obviously, Ursula is better than Broadmaw, but Broadmaw has been, like, a solid champion for us overall. So, in retrospect, that's not necessarily the greatest feeling, but if you take a peek at our Banner Lords really needed, like, somebody just to boost them up, and I think that she is going to be the champion. If I'm not mistaken, once I get her up, it's not going to be a very fun team to play with because it's going to take forever. But once we can get a Dagger up and maybe some of these other, we're probably going to have to get a couple of these guys all to 6-star. That is probably going to be a pretty good team because we're just going to build her super tanky. We put her in a Guardian set. She's actually got a good amount of resist, and we're going to be able to fit a resist banner on her. In protection that has a little bit of speed on it additionally. So yeah, she's gonna fit right in, and she's gonna be pretty helpful. Her kit is gonna need a couple books, but we're gonna have to try to get this down for sure. But that's a 75% HP and 50% turn meter, increased defense, strengthen. That's a lot, and she uses this just as increased defense and a strengthen, and then she also does increase attack, decrease attack. Gotta book it up to get that, and then the aura isn't bad, but overall, put her with some of these other champions. If we can get Denig to, like, hit, like, reasonable for a rare, I guess, I think I should be able to clear this faction crypt. Prundar, where's Prundar at? Okay, and so Prundar is an Ogryn tribe, so we were able to get another Ogryn. One would think that we should be able to beat this, with these 5 here, and if we're not able to do it with these 5, we could get another Gear Grinder and just get, like, super tanky with it. We have a ton of support as it is, and then we're gonna have 2 Provokers, and I just need to, honestly, Towering Titan sucks, but I need to get him to 6-star just for War Master, and I think he was, like, one of my first epics I pulled. So he's got the masteries. You can see it right here. He's got the masteries to get the 6-star here. Prundar actually kind of looks cool. I don't think he's amazing, but I think his kit is kind of going to be fun. So just a decreased speed and a stun. I mean, that's a pretty good combination, even if it is only 45%. And then here, a big decreased defense on himself, and then a pretty good chance to provoke. And then strengthen and continuous heal. Should fit right in. I'm concerned about damage. I don't think there's going to be any damage amongst any of these, which is why I would like a Bellower, or just kind of build him for damage and a stun set, just crit him out. But yeah, we're going to have to get masteries and a bunch of these guys just to death by a million cuts them. All right. So we got some help, but the help where we needed it the most did not arrive, unfortunately. So we were really hoping for a void on the clan boss, which we didn't get. But fortunately, we have been starting to cruise through some of these Marius missions. For some reason, the Marius missions really just aren't that bad. We're up to here. We need 5 mythical artifacts. That's gonna stink. That's gonna take us a while. And then we start getting to the fireknight hard. We have successfully cruised right on through. And as far as I can tell, I mean, I didn't really see any signs of it failing. Obviously, there's going to be some failure rate because it's not like Speed Tune to have the increase or the increase. What am I talking about today, folks? Holy cow. The unkillable buff. But just like these 4 champions, just like generic waves can clear whatever I want. So, and they're fast enough. So, the same team that we're kind of beating this with is the same team that we're beating Fire Knight or Ice Golem. but with Frenzy. And so we had a mission to, like, clear stage 3 or higher, and we had only cleared stage 1, and we just went ahead and just went until we couldn't go anymore. Okay, but now we're going to get to the Fire Knight hard. Okay. This is going to be a bit of an issue. I think this is going to require some level of a speed tune team, which means that we're going to need to have might have to re-gear like Nick and Noelle, unless we pull some other champions, because I'm not really sure. Man, I'm just not really sure how many, like, freezers there are, like, you know. And tell me down below if there's any void epics that are going to be, like, or voids just in general that are going to be, like, a goat for Fire Knight hard. But, where is he? But, like, for example, you know, you can at least strive for Newt. You know, he's got the A1 with the freeze. I'm sure there's nothing exactly like this, but there's got to be something out there like a Cryodin. Where's Cryodin? There's got to be something out there like a Cryodin where it's just like a smaller % chance triple hit or freeze. That's a void. Because the Fire Knight's going to be kind of an issue. So what I was actually thinking is, and this sounds weird, but I was actually thinking just going double Diana, because she's got like a mini ally attack. And then use Nick and Noelle, double Diana, and like Cold Heart, just so we're able to keep up. Oh, we need to decrease speed then. Yeah, so it's almost going to have to be like the same team that we've been running. Which is... Okay, so it's not exactly the same. So I wonder... So it's almost going to have to be something like this. Man, I would really like a speed aura because I know how fast that clan boss is. Or the Fire Knight is, once we get up in those higher levels. I mean, it's gonna have to be Nick and Noelle, because we're gonna have to take hits. Is the big problem. So we're gonna have to take hits from the Fire Knight itself. And then these three, I guess, do each have like a freeze, and then we just really have to make sure we just get the heal reduction on there. I don't know. I mean, we might as well try and see what it looks like. Probably just... I think we're probably just gonna have to do something like this, at least for now, because we're gonna want to survive the waves. But trying to get to stage 3 might be a bit of an issue. Okay, I think we're just gonna let them auto this for a little bit, and then once we get to the next wave, we'll kind of manual it. So I'll just pause this part and get to the boss, because I don't think waves are ever going to be much of an issue. So I'll just see you in a bit. Okay, so we're at the point where we're just A1ing right now. We're gonna try to see if we can clear when we get there, if it's a problem trying to clear the waves, we'll try to make it happen. I think we're gonna have no problem clearing waves, so we just have to kind of try to think about what do we have to do to get this boss down. And I think it's gonna involve just like going extremely fast, so we might have to start putting... Alright. So I guess we just hit here like this. Hit here like this. I don't know if I have enough multi-hitters to actually break a shield right now. Okay. And if we do that, decrease speed, okay. Freeze. Then Nick can pop off of that. And I think we have to get the heal reduction on, is the problem. Otherwise, we're just never, ever. See, with Noelle, I should have used the... unkillable, because I don't know if this level of Fire Knight's gonna absolutely smack us. Yeah, this level of Fire Knight's actually gonna just smack us up. and then he would probably use this. I don't know, maybe it's possible, because he does have a chance to decrease the turn meter also. Yeah, Carl's going to be a beast in this mode, I believe, but... yeah. It's a matter of whether we can always have Unkillable up, and I'm not sure we're actually going to be able to tune this, because there's just not like a reliable... How often do we have the decrease or turn meter up? You know what I mean? If we get it in a position where, you know, when they're doing this on auto, she doesn't have the ally attack up, we could be screwed. All right, but we're actually keeping the turn meter down. It must be just the speed of this guy is just significantly slower. Nice that Nick actually hits kind of hard. I mean, if we get our decreased turn meter like every time, like we're high rolling right now with Carl, I feel like, but I mean, Lady Noelle has like a guaranteed decreased turn meter, right? In our A3, it just so happens to be her revive. I mean, we cleared that kind of easy. All right. Just gonna get this over with. Okay. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's actually try to build this team. How are we gonna do this so they can clear? I think we need the ally attack. Maybe we only need the one. Okay, this is not my Ice Golem team, so let's just delete this team. Okay, let's go. We want Nick, Noelle, here, and Cold Heart. Okay. When we get to Cold Heart, we want to turn this off, and we want to open with this. And then after that, we'll just let her prioritize her own thing. I think we actually just straight up turn this off. There's never a need for that. And we're going to open with that. Yeah, Carl, I think we need to... Okay, so where is he at? 191. So everybody else is going to go before him. So he needs to open with this. And then Lady Noelle, will she use that freeze? Are we gonna have to prioritize that? Okay, so let's go here, 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 and then Sir Nick. Let's go here, prioritize that. Turn that off, and then hit us with that. Okay. Now, how are we gonna guarantee that this is going off? Okay, so I think with what we do is we turn this off in the second round. If he's got it, I think we turn this off in the second round. I could probably use this and then maybe. So we're still getting some heals. Okay, we're also going to probably need to turn this off too. We can turn this off. She can use either of those. Yeah, Carl. Do we have to do anything with him? Because it's between these two. These two CC the waves. So it's a matter of, do I need to mess with either of those cooldowns? To try to guarantee, like, I think this is the one I'm most concerned about, so I'm going to turn that off. I really need that to happen. Okay. Oh, and then we got to name this. Okay. All right. I'm going to start stage 3, and I'll be back at the boss. Okay, 0 issues with the wave, so now we're at the boss. We're going to see what this looks like. See, that's... The problem is... We could have broke the shield, but we weren't guaranteed. Okay. And as far as their HP being burned, like, I kind of don't have an issue with it. Because I just need... Like, yeah, if we can just hit this every single time with the... Okay, here we go. Okay, so we have the heal reduction, we have the decreased speed. So we might actually have to just prioritize making sure that the AoE, or the unkillable is up from everybody. And see, it's not going to be for some people, but... I don't know. I can tell you, regardless of what we get, it's not going to be 100%. That's the only thing I can guarantee you. But on the bright side, we're not going to be farming this at its like highest level for like gear. We're just going to be like, we just need to survive 10 random times. And I think we might be able to make this happen. The problem is when we get to the higher levels, there's no shot we're going to have the speed right now. But we're probably a long ways away from like the mission that's like farm fire or hit Fire Knight stage 10, hard 10. But right now we're just straight up keeping it down. Alright. Okay. I don't know, maybe we do have enough freezes. I didn't think we were going to even be close. But here we are. Stage 3 then is going to be good. I think that we're going to have some times where we fail. We need to mess with the AI for sure. Okay. I didn't think this was going to turn into a Fire Knight episode, but here we are. Makes sense. We cleared it. Crazy. Crazy. Okay. Yeah, so that is definitely... I mean, that's going to get us through the next mission for sure. What do we have to do here? Okay. We kind of need to flip these two. And I kind of wonder if, like, Yakaro has smart enough AI to know, like, when to use this. Like, they fixed Cold Hearts, so she knows, like, when to use either of these two. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we will probably just mess around with that a little bit more and see how much further we can get into this dungeon just for funsies. But we'll report back next time since this video is kind of running long. Anyway, folks. Hopefully you like the content. If you do, and you stuck around to the end, why don't you just like and subscribe this video, maybe even comment, help push out some of the content. It's been, ever since the free-to-play challenge started up, it's been a little bit rough for my impressions on this, so hopefully we can maybe get them back up to where they were last winter. So otherwise, don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out, folks, and I'll see you on the other side.